What's up, wrestling fans? My name is Joe Cronin. This is the Joe Cronin Show. I hope you guys click the subscribe button down below and don't miss out on my daily wrestling videos, plus the podcasts we do about wrestling, including one that has over 70 episodes that will happen tonight called Out of Nowhere, where we'll talk about all this stuff. But we got to talk about it right now. The modern day Maharaja. Jinder Mahal lost his WWE Championship, and I've had mixed feelings about Jinder Mahal. You guys know this. At the beginning, I was very high on him. I felt it was a sort of a fresh air, a breath of fresh air. I thought him driving away with the title, holding it out of the car, the limousine or whatever, when he stole the title. I believe it was from Randy Orton. I barely remember now that part, but I know that Jinder did that. And I remember thinking at the time, how I loved it. I just thought it was awesome. I thought it was funny. I thought he was such an old school like WWE champion, and in a different time, this would have worked a lot better. And also, I would have liked it a lot more had there been more support around, and maybe even if Jinder was going after the U.S. title at the time, the United States Championship. But anyway, the longer Jinder remained champion, the more it became. There's two things. I have a weird theory. First of all, let's get to what Jinder Mahal says here. Let's just get to what he says. You were the better man one night, AJ Styles. I held the championship and defended it countless times all over the world to one day raise the title again. I hope to all my haters, this is the important thing, to all my haters and wrestling insiders, this was not an experiment. I am not injured. I have not violated the wellness policy, so keep throwing shade my way. It only motivates me. You know, and a lot of people, go try to suck up to Jinder and everything now. And all I can say is that I have been fairly inconsistent myself with Jinder. There have been times when I thought Jinder Mahal has been atrocious and they need to get this belt off him. But then there's been other times where I thought, well, there's nothing better that they're going to do, and Jinder actually spoke well on the microphone. However, I think that my actual criticism of him has really only happened in the last few months when I think some of these promos have grown stale. But originally, when we first heard Jinder, it was cool because he could actually speak on the mic, and I liked what he said, although I never enjoyed him in the ring, really, but he was a great presence as far as his physical ability and what he looks like, and, some of the things they did. I think he would have been a great, I think his character would have done fine even if he wasn't the WWE champion. I think that's the thing that shocks everybody. Rather than Intercontinental title, rather than United States Championship, it was the WWE World Heavyweight title. The first thing you have to do before you throw shade Jinder's way is acknowledge the fact that he busted his ass to get in shape to get to where he is, and where he went. And to get back to the WWE, I mean, some people might have committed suicide after being let go from the WWE. Some people, may have become fat, went into a different business. Maybe didn't get, I don't know what his indie bookings were like, but I can't believe that Jinder Mahal's indie bookings were that great with anybody other than people that he knew in the business already. And for him to just work so hard to get back here, that has to be acknowledged. Now, I think in the ring, he doesn't really entertain me that much. And I am surprised, though, because when he first became champion, I thought it was a thumbs up. And the longer he went on, I thought the thumb was turning way down, and it was a thumbs down, But I always felt that the thumb will start coming back up towards the middle and maybe even a thumbs up again by the time we get to WrestleMania season and somebody is able to defeat him for that title in a big match situation. I just didn't expect it to happen now. And yes, rumors were flying around that Jinder Mahal's shoulder was injured and that he had some kind of injury, a major issue. And that's why they took the belt off him. And I never heard about the wellness policy stuff from anybody. I had just heard that maybe his shoulder was injured. But after the match he had the other night, it really didn't look like it. And now with his statements here clarifying it, it shows you that it was I would pretty much believe what he's saying here in the fact that this was a 100% creative decision to go with AJ Styles. I like that Jinder is pushing back here, though, saying, like, F you, I like that. But in the end, I really respect what Jinder did to get back in this, to get where he got. It's pretty crazy. I also personally believe that when I see AJ Styles with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, that is the guy. AJ Styles carrying that belt, it just feels so legit with him carrying that title. I don't know what's next for Jinder, but I think they really need to pump up the promo stuff for him. He needs to be allowed to say whatever he wants and just go off. That will make him better. Choreographed interviews and promos are going to do a disservice to Jinder going forward. And, a lot of speculation of Jinder just winning it back in a rematch situation. Maybe is even as soon as next week. They do a show again. He demands the rematch that night. They give it to him. He wins it back. I mean, who knows what will happen. Or that he shows up that night in the Survivor Series with Brock Lesnar, or that he inserts himself in there and it becomes a triple threat. So many rumors going around about that. I have other videos to do right now, guys, so I'm going to move to those and get them up as soon as possible for you right now. My internet was down yesterday because of all that internet stuff going on around the country. I know that not everybody was affected, only about 30 to 40%, but 40% of the entire country that had, Comcast, I mean, that's pretty crazy. So anyway, me and Jake DeMarco got booted offline at the same time, and we're in different states, and that happened last night. Leave a comment down below with what you guys think about everything I said here and what you think about Jinder Mahal specifically, and I'll be making more videos in the coming minutes here and getting them up right here on youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Please leave a subscribe down below if you like the channel. Hit me up on Twitter if you want to give me any feedback. And if you guys want to send this to Jinder Mahal, go ahead and send it to Jinder Mahal. I know the last video I did, people sent it to him as if it was some sort of thing or whatever. There's lots of haters out there for Jinder. There's a few lovers as well. But I think everything I've said here is factual. And I believe it. I've had enough of Jinder at this point. Unless they were to come up with a crazy good storyline that I didn't see coming or that I could buy into and that I could enjoy, then I'd be okay with Jinder still being around, but I just don't believe they're capable of doing that. I have no confidence there. John Cena's announced in the Survivor Series match now as well, so he will not be the referee as it was seemingly speculated by everybody. And that video is up as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to my other channel where we do Corrupted Podcast, which is a sort of a shock jock style radio show where we try to have some fun, say some controversial shit. youtube.com/corruptedpodcast. Go sub to that, my other YouTube channel, and sub right here, The Joe Cronin Show, and I'll see you in the next video. Hit me up on Twitter @RealJoeCronin, and congrats to AJ Styles, and we'll also clear up the UK time difference and why I criticize the WWE for that, and why the criticism by UK fans to me is unwarranted, and you are incorrect. We'll talk about that in the next video pretty much.